4.1. Okay, it's a little bit complex. Command define. Select as label. This is Ctrl Alt dot Wishboard. As allies. Select always, right? So selection always allies. Shit. What? Selection always as allies. Selection as allies. If selection as allies, then should we have any prompt? Or selection as label? No, selection couldn't be as label. Only selection as allies and okay. Ctrl-Alt, comma. If selection is allies, then what is the label? Label should always be in text. Okay, if label is either prompt to be preferred, the init text logo of init text, selected text. Copy to clipboard F label. F label is not deselected text. Full text. Span page. Set alas. Let's take a try, which means control dot okay, and what I'm going to do is okay. no alas. Oh. Get selected text. Get it? How about this one? Get out here. Interesting. This is selection always alas, but right. Selection always alas, but about clipboard. Clip. What it is? Clip is prompt. Clip is label. Otherwise, no. Right? clip is none, right? Clip is not labeled. Clip is not labeled. Clip none. If clip is none, then should we label input, label clip? It's label input. Why would we怎么会用到这个 label input？ 太奇怪了。Input label, so we don't have to care about any text, right? F label directly equals to jump to label, and any text we don't care about any text. I don't care about the clipboard. But we do care about ours. Oh shit. Else alias equals to com. need something like copy to clipboard. Insert twice. So should we have that shit? Maybe no. Quite complex, right? Shit. Maybe we need a table, I suppose. False. So we need a table. 是不是你要吃这个吗？酸奶。你自己说的。
你今天和明天，今天自己和昨天自己完全不一样，动都没动，没办法。说赚了钱你没有提升。你再写下来，约等于写一点而已。
我写了，每周都要写6道。今天我们是吃干饭呐。
好。
弄死你！
6道要写给自己看，不是当天进微信，发送到面直播，我给你说。这样你才有提升啊。
我知道呀，我要猜一些 PPT 呢。谢任竹是个进步的好青年，我应该向谢任竹学习。
很鬼的，这不是老师，你很不了老师，这个还鬼。
我认真的，确实。
你哪怕写言情小说呀，写耽美小说呀，你写点总会有人看，有人看就会有钱。或者说你写点什么东西分享出去，哪怕你不分享给自己看，给以后的自己看。我今天才穿的这个。
我会写日记的。
那很鬼。
没有，没哄你。
下面这块。
FABR。
那我把这个衣服退掉喽。
be put. Prompt selection. How about the selection stuff? It's maybe, right? Don't have to have this shit. How about this one? It's if there's no selection, what will happen with that? If there's selection, selection all prompt. selection or prompt. Paste or prompt. And click. Oh, get it. It does not issue text, we use a prompt. Copy. Oh, I get it. Insert add post. The first insert add post and copy to clipboard. Get it. Have a selection or prompt. Have a paste or prompt. Prompt now is a fallback, right? We don't have to have prompt, but we need to have paste. Prompt selection. Cursor. This is selection cursor. 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 which is better? 가볼까? 가야게. Control Alt Shift place all. Okay. So right. Holy shit.哪个？
拿去换。我去，他把那个膜都撕了。
is input, we have to copy. Or we paste or bumped. Shit. This should copy label. Right. But this should be copy what? Selection? Is prompt? I'm not so sure. No, because you paste, if you copy the something. Select all prompt. Paste, but cursor, there should be some selection, I suppose. And copy what? Paste. If there's a section. Paste. Shit. 如果 paste 的全放后面呢 ？Holy shit！ 这个就神奇了。paste 放前面意味着 copy 的是 label。Copy this selection as allies. Is that useful? Shit. prompt 来没用。如果有 selection， 这里用 prompt 也没用，因为光标已经在这了。不是很懂，太迷了。
Now I add 3 functions for the last version. The first one is, for example, control comma, and you type your label. And there's no text display, right? If there's no backgrounds. So yes, that's less distract visually. Now we are going to dots, right? So it automatically pop out the first one because I add the auto index or refresh registers function. For example, you can also notice that there's no how to say there's no if there's no siblings, there's no text display here, right? Thanks for your feedback. I think that's correct. That should be the default behavior. And also you notice that the 2 emojis for the back label and forward link or ref are switched because that's more logical. More importantly, you add another one, right? Control dot. You can see that they are automatically updated because I added this feature. So you can try it again. Right? That's quite interesting. So now we are trying to click the first one, right? Click the second one, third one, right?
这边视频，不是2个视频来着。Okay, I add 4 functions for the last version. For example, if you control comma, shit. What? I add 4 functions. I add 4 functions for the last version. Thanks for your feedback. The first one is control comma. You import some label, forward label. This is this function, right? But we prefer something like Control Alt comma, right? Oh, Control Shift comma, right? So this is this function, and after that we can use this function, or maybe rather this function, right? That is Control Shift dot, right? Now you can see that automatically pop out. That is first of all, if there's no siblings, right? There's no text display. Pretty much like if I delete this, right? There will be no full backgraphs, right? So there's no this text display. So Control Shift dot, and the auto index or refresh widgets. I add this function, so you don't need to press Alt Q. So Control Shift dot again for quick input, right? Control Shift. If there's a shift, there will be quick input, and of course Control Shift dot again. So Alt Q automatically and quick input. And of course I switched the emojis for better visual feedback. Now we can click the forward, jumping forward label, right? Or backward label, or siblings, or the first siblings, right? So pretty much like this. Have fun. That is first of all, if there's no siblings, right? There's no text display. I add 4 functions for the last version. Thanks for your feedback. And so first of all, Control comma. So you input something, right? But we this is the this one. Manually input the back label, right, and forward forward label and back refs. 这个鸡巴长，真的是。 added thanks for your feedback. I added 4 functions for the last version. Thanks for your feedback. So control comma now is the manual input here, right? The first block, and there's no text display if there's no backrefs found, right? There's no backrefs. It's a forward link, forward label, no backref, so there's no text. But we don't recommend this. Okay. Yes, we do. There's another way. That's Control Shift comma. This the quick input. Control Shift. Anything that related that has shift is for quick inputs. That's make this selection as the label forward label, right? So now we try to input another thing. For example, Control Shift dot. We are using this one. That is the quick input. This one. So once you quickly input this, 太难描述。So I've added 4 functions for the last versions. Thanks for your feedback. The first one, for example, control comma is for manually input this in forward label and back and what and back refs, right? No, just forward label. Thanks for your feedback. Thanks for your feedback. Thanks for your feedback. I've added 4 functions for the last version, and thanks for your feedback. The first one is control comma for manually input some forward label, and that means this one, right? You can notice that there's no if there's no backrefs found, there will be no text display. So yes, your thoughts, your logic is correct. Less visually feedback or distract. Now we can, since we have that make this happen, copy. They will automatically copy the forward label. So we are just using the quick Control Shift dot to quickly input the back what forward link and back ref, right? And I've switched the emoji simplings and the forward link, right? Because for click the forward link will come here, so it's better to for understanding. Now you can notice that these automatically pop out. So we take a try. Control Shift dot again, and you can see that I am not press any button. It automatically re-indexed using Alt Q or refreshed widgets because I add this function. Okay, we can try again. Control Shift dot. I didn't enter anything, right? They just automatically refresh for you, so you don't have to refresh manually. It's now in how to say automatically. So we take a try, right? In the first sibling, second sibling, or the third back link, or actually that's back label, or maybe the forward link, or maybe the siblings 2, siblings 3, or siblings 1, right? So okay, that's pretty much like this. Control Shift is for automatically, Control is for manually. So you can start it on your own.
I add 4 functions
我的声音水声比较大。
对，然后我就要重新录。
啊！可是我等会儿要吹头发了，你可以不重新录吗？
我已经重新录了。
啊！操！你早点跟我说。
说了也没用。
有用的，那我就会把门关上。什么叫说了也没用？真是的。
那我重新录了，谢谢。
我吹头发呀。那你录吧，录吧。
你刷牙吗？
我等会儿吹。
你刷牙呗。
刷了。
刷完了。
录。
2分钟。
嗯。
Thanks for your feedback. I added 4 functions for the last version, and the first is, for example, control comma, input for the label, and this is the manually input. Of course, we can try something different that is automatically input. That is this one, select something and control shift comma, and this is automatically input. After that, okay, you can see that if there's no backrefs found, there's no text display, right? Your logic is absolutely correct, and less visually distract or feedback, right? So what we're going to do is, once we control shift this embed the forward anchor or label, now we're going to control shift dot. Automatically this paste the for the label as for link right here, right? Now you can see that I added another auto index reindex function that or maybe refresh, which is that OK. So if you keep control shift dot, even if you don't press the Alt Q to refresh the widgets, they will Alt Q for you, right? No, I didn't refresh. It will refresh for you. So it's less input, more quick, right? Quicker. Moreover, I switch the emojis for simplings and the forward link, right? Now we click the forward link. So forward link to the forward label. Now backlink 1 to the back label, backlink 2 to the back anchor, backlink 3 to the back anchor, right? Or maybe simplings 2 to the simplings to the back anchor at 2, right? Simplings 3 to the back anchor or back label 3. Simplings 1 to the backlink or back label or back label back anchor 1, right? So forward and backward or simplings, right? Okay, so basically the control shift is something that automatically thing. Control thing is a manual thing. So that's it. That's the maybe this is the last version. I'm not so sure. Oh, 太长了这个玩意儿。
OK 了吗？
好了。I added 4 functions for the last version, and the first is, for example, comma, input for the label, and this is the manually input. Of course, we can try something different. This one, select something and control shift comma, and this is automatically input. After that, okay, you can see that if there's no backrefs found, there's no text display, right? Your logic is absolutely correct, and less visually distracting. So what we're going to do is, once we control shift this embed the forward anchor or label, now we're going to control shift automatically this this one paste the for the label as forward link right here, right? now you can see that I added another auto reindex function, or maybe refresh, which is that OQ. So if you keep Control Shift dot, if you don't, even if you don't press the Alt Q to refresh the widgets, they will Alt Q for you, right? Now I didn't refresh. It will refresh for you. So it's less input, more quick, right? Quicker. Moreover, I switch the emojis for siblings and forward link, right? Now we click the forward link. So forward link to the forward label. Now backlink 1 to the back label. Backlink 2 to the back what anchor. Backlink 3 to the back anchor, right? Or maybe siblings 2 to the siblings to the back anchor at 2, right? Siblings 3 to the back anchor or back label 3. Siblings 1 to the backlink or back label or back label back what anchor what, right? So forward, backward, or siblings, right? Okay, so basically the Control Shift is something that automatically thing. Control thing is a manual thing. So that's it. That's the, maybe this is the last version. I'm not so sure. Added 4 functions for the last version, and the first is, for example, comma, input for the label, and this is the manually input. Of course, we can try something different. It's automatically input. That is this one. Select something and Control Shift comma, and this is automatically input. After that, okay, you can see that if there's no backrefs found, there's no text display, right? Your logic. Okay, thanks for your feedback, and your logic is correct. Now I added 4 functions for the last version. For example, Control comma is the old one, but old manual one, that is this one, right? It added the forward label, but there's no backrefs right now, so there's no text displayed. So but we have better ways, for example, or equivalent way or automatic way, right? Select something and Control Shift comma, not Control comma. It will achieve the same goal, but it's more automatically, right? More automatical. But after that, we Control Shift dot automatically paste the something as the forward. Automatically paste the forward label or anchor. Now you can notice that there's something. Now we have the backrefs, right? So there's one. And I switched the emojis for the siblings and forward link, right? So, and moreover, there's some auto reindex function, because now we don't have to, how to say, again, there's no backrefs previously, right? So there's no text display. Of course, there's no siblings found right now, so there's no siblings here. Now we're going to add another siblings for these back ref or label. Back anchor, back label, or and forward links. Another sibling, Control Shift dot. Now it has a sibling, so okay, there's text displayed, right? And everything automatically updated for I added this function. And again, we add a third sibling for it, Control Shift dot. So 3 siblings, every sibling has two siblings, right? So you click this one, jump to the forward anchor first, and click this one. Oh, backward anchor. Sorry, backward anchor, backward. What the fuck? Label. The third back anchor, back label. The second sibling, the third sibling, and the forward label, forward anchor, right? The third backward label or backward anchor, right? So pretty much like that. The control shift, anything involved or related to shift is automatically 1. Anything that is not involved the shift and the single control, right, is manually 1. Maybe this is what we prefer, but I prefer something less steps, right? Quicker way to achieve the same function, because basically you just type something and control comma. There's another one, right? This is another function. This one, and control shift dot and control shift dot. If you are writing a long article, this is a pretty good way for you to quickly insert something. But if you are writing something afterwards, maybe you will need the control dot, right, to jump to label. Maybe this is what you are confused about. Okay, maybe this is the last version of my updates. I'm not so sure, because the information is very dense and hard to understand as you know. 太长了，我操，还得重新。这个论坛只能上传10兆的。你还去吹头发？马上，最后一把。Thanks for your feedback. Now I added 4 functions for the last version. For example, control comma, you add your full label. Now this is for manually add, right? So of course you can select something and control shift comma. This is automatically add label, forward label. And once you add it, and if there's no back refs found, there's no text display, right? Very good. So far so good. Control shift dot. So it has some back refs, so there will be text display. This is the first how do you say, sibling, right? Now, but there's no second sibling, so there will, if there's no single sibling is found, there's no text display, as you said. Very good logic. And if we can control shift dot again to add another one. Now you can see that the indexes the back refs and the forward refs are automatically updated for the I added the automatically reindex or refresh widgets function. Now we're going to twice again add a third sibling for it. Control shift dot. Anything that related to the control shift, the shift one is automatically 1. Non-shift one, single control one is manually 1. Maybe this is the function you want, but you know, for example, now we can test it. The first back refs leads to the first back label, second label, third back anchor back label, and if you click the second sibling, jump to the second back ref or back label. Back label, back anchor, and if you click the forward link, jump to the forward anchor or forward label, and the first sibling, right, jump to the first back back label, back anchor. So pretty much like that. You can kind of try something new. For example, you choose this, but you didn't choose control shift dot. You can do something like control dot. And you can manually put something, so the select one will appear here. The non-selected, that is the proper one, will appear as the forward label, right? So it's for you to understand all those things is quite complex, and maybe this is the last version. So hopefully have fun. Good. 这个版也可以，你可以去吹头发。
Now I added 4 functions for the last version. For example, control comma, you add your forward label. Now this is form manually add, right? So of course you can select something and control shift comma. This is automatically add label for label. Once you add it, if there's no backrefs found, there's no text display, right? Very good. So far so good. Control shift dot. So it has some backrefs, so there will be text display. This is the first sibling, right? Now, but there's no second sibling, so there will, if there's no sibling found, there's no text display, as you said. Very good logic. And if we can control shift dot again to add another one. Now you can see that the indexes, the back refs and the forward refs are automatically updated for the, I added the automatically reindex or refresh widgets function. Now we're going to twice again add a third sibling for it, control shift dot. Anything that related to the control shift, the shift one is automatically 1. Non-shift one, single control one is manually 1. Maybe this is the function you want, but you know, for example, now we can test it. The first backrefs leads to the first back label, second label, third back anchor back label, and if you click this the second sibling, jump to the second backref or back label. Back label, back anchor, and if you click the forward link, jump to the forward anchor or forward label, and the first sibling, right, jump to the first back back label, back anchor. So pretty much like that. You can kind of try something new. For example, you choose this, but you didn't choose control shift dot. You can do something like control dot. So the select one will appear here. The non-selected, that is the proper one, will appear as the forward label, right? So it's for you to understand all those things. It's quite complex, and maybe this is the last version. So hopefully have fun. Non-shift one, single control label, back label, pretty much like that. You can kind of try something new. For example, you choose this, but you didn't choose control shift dot. You can do something like control dot, and you can imagine something. So the select one will appear here. The non-selected, that is the proper one, will appear as the forward label, right? So it's for you to understand all those things. It's quite complex, and maybe this is the last version. So hopefully have fun.
这么地吧，忘了不想改。 backrefs found. There's no text display, right? Very good. So first we put Ctrl Shift dot. So it has some backrefs, so there will be text display. This is the first sibling, right? Now, but there's no second sibling, so there will, if there's no single sibling found, there's no text display, as we said. Very good logic. And if we can Ctrl Shift dot again to add another one. Now you can see that the indexes, the back refs and the forward refs are automatically updated for the, I added the automatically reindex or refresh widgets function. Now we're going to twice again add a third sibling for the Ctrl Shift dot. Anything that related to the Ctrl Shift, the Shift one is automatically one. Non-Shift one, single Control one is manually one. Maybe this is the function one, but for example, now we can test it. The first backrefs leads to the first back label, second label, third back anchor back label, and if you click the second sibling, jump to the second backref or back label, back label back anchor, and if you click the forward link, jump to the forward anchor or forward label, and the first sibling, right, jump to the first back back label or back anchor. So pretty much like that. You can kind of try something new. For example, choose this, but you didn't choose Ctrl Shift dot. You can do something like Ctrl dot, and you can imagine something. So the select one will appear here, and now selected, that is the top one will appear as the forward label, right? So understand. 它就是绕口令的，你至于 ref, link, label, anchor, do you understand? Forward, backward, the fucking 6 terms, hard to understand shit.再录一遍。Thanks for your feedback. I added 4 functions for the last version, and thanks for your feedback. For example, if we Control dot, maybe Control comma, maybe this is the function you want, right? Manually input your forward label here, but now I can recommend there may be a second. How to say the second version? For example, you manually input your forward label and select it and Control Shift comma, right? This is a little bit like automatically one, not manually one, but you have to select something, right? So after you did this, you'll find that there's no backrefs found, so there's no display here, so your logic is good. Now we are going to add the Control Shift dot to add a backward anchor and forward link, right? But now it doesn't have siblings, right? So again, no siblings found, so there's no text display here, right? There's no text display here. And I switched the emojis for the siblings and forward link for better visual or logic flow. Now, you might realize something, that is, if you Ctrl Shift Dot again, add a second sibling. Now the back refs and forward refs are automatically updated because I add a function called auto reindex alt Q. Now you don't have to alt Q to refresh widgets. It will automatically refresh widgets for you. Again, if you Ctrl Shift repeat, again Ctrl Shift Dot, add a third sibling for them, everything will be reindexed or refreshed. The widgets will be refreshed. So we test here. Click the back ref 1, you jump to the back anchor or back label, right? 1. If you click the forward link, you jump to the forward label or forward anchor, right? If you click the sibling 3, you jump to the back ref, back anchor or back label 3, right? So sibling 1, back ref, back anchor or back label 1. Sibling 2, back label, back anchor 2, right? Forward ref forward link to the forward anchor forward label. I'm sorry, that's just Wistos. So anything that involves shift or Ctrl Shift, that is automatically 1. Anything that is not non-shift or single control is manual 1, right? So you can try something, Control comma, and the things that you input into the prompt will appear as the forward label. If you Control Shift comma, right? If you select something, Control comma, the things that you select will appear as the allies, and the things that you input into the prompt will always appear as the forward label. So this is a little bit complex to understand, but that's all that I could tell you. So have fun, hopefully. Okay. 这一把还可以。
Now I added 4 functions for the last version. For example, Control comma, add your forward label. Now this is manually add, right? So of course you can select something and Control Shift comma. This is automatically add label, forward label. Once you add it, if there's no back refs found, there's no text display, right? Very good. So far so good. Control Shift Dot. So it has some back refs, so there will be text display. This is the first sibling, right? Now, but there's no second sibling, so there will, if there's no single sibling found, there's no text display, as we said. Very good logic. And we can Control Shift Dot again to add another one. Now you can see that the indexes, the back refs and the forward refs are automatically updated for the, I added the automatically reindex or refresh widgets function. Now we're going to twice again add a third sibling for the Control Shift Dot. Anything that related to the Control Shift, the Shift one is automatically 1. Non-shift 1, single control 1 is manually 1. Maybe this is the function you want, but for example, now we can test it. The first back refs leads to the first back label, second label, third back anchor back label, and if you click the second sibling, jump to the second back ref or back label, back label, back anchor, and if you click the forward link, jump to the forward anchor or forward label, and the first sibling, right, jump to the first back back label, back anchor. So very much like that. You can kind of try something new. For example, choose this, but you didn't choose Control Shift Dot. You can do something like Control
quote. Okay, quote. Copy quote or quote. Yes. Quote assumption, quote, correct, good, logic, and I adopted. And apply this
睡觉了呗。
好，刷个牙就睡。
我上去了，躺着等你啊。
好。好。
知道了吗？
好。
我说你快点了，
好。
你的被窝里少了一个人。
少了一个谁呀？What the happens？
快点呀，给我，让你给我软被窝。
好。
软被窝，软被窝，快来。
好。23.5，完了，这个太长了。Shit. Now I added 4 functions for the best version and thanks for your feedback. Some which we control dot, maybe control comma, maybe this is function you want. I manually input your forward label here. But now I can recommend maybe a second, say the second version. For example, you manually input your forward label and select it and control shift what comma, right? This is a little bit like automatic. 刷牙。
完了，我踩到水。
哇，进水了吗？
不一样。
这等会儿是要不要把说的？
siblings, right? So again, no siblings found, so there's no text display here, right? There's no display here. And I switched to the emojis for the siblings and for link for now I added 4 functions for the best version and it's actually feedback. So maybe control comma, maybe this is function 1, right? Manually put the label here. But now I can maybe a second. Say 马上马上。
And I switched the emojis for the symbols and for a link for better visual or logic flow. Now, you might realize something that is if you control shift dot again, add a second symbol. Now the backgraphs and forward refs are automatically updated, and because I add a function called auto index auto Q. Now you don't have to auto Q to refresh widgets; it will automatically refresh widgets for you. Again, if you control shift repeat, again control shift dot add a third symbol for
Control comma